It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Hey.
Good morning. I'm Anastasia Palacios, and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning, TGIF. I'm Philip Simon.
And it is always a pleasure to be in Phil's company and, of course, in yours. We hope that you had a wonderful, quick week.
It was quick. A week was a blur, but hopefully yours wasn't as long as mine.
It was a blur, and yet it was still long. A lot happened in there, Phil.
Yeah, every time there's a holiday, it just kind of throws everything off. Not that I'm
Yeah.
saying we shouldn't have these holidays, but let me tell you, man, from Tuesday to last night was just incredible. And then I guess, this is the point where teachers, decide that, we got to squeeze everything in. I think maybe midterm is coming up, so you get the projects and the homework, and I'm like, man.
A lot happening.
Yeah, a lot's been happening this week.
Yeah, so Cairo's not at that stage yet, but she did start. I started taking her to like these music classes that they have for little babies her age.
Really?
Yeah, and
She likes
music
it?
and art. She loves it. She loves it. So she got to play her version of the xylophone yesterday, and she had a tambourine, and so it was a lot of
I
fun.
wonder if it's just noise at that age, and
Yeah, it's just a noise.
It's just noise.
Anything
and
that
it's
anything that
attractive.
make noise is they're very happy. But no projects for me just yet. But it has certainly been a blur of a week. A lot happening, and like you say, whenever there's one day that's missing out of the calendar, it really compounds the things that are going on. So yeah.
Our champions are home though. I mean,
Okay.
they've been doing the circuit. I think they were in Eleuthera yesterday. Shanae and Steve.
Yeah.
And I'm just so proud of them, man. Did we have like a big rush out? And
I have no
Junction or-
idea if one was had. I think
I would've been there. I
maybe
would've
with the
been there.
condition of the country at this time, as people are still trying to put their lives back together, they might have done something a bit more subdued.
Okay.
I don't know, but it always is good to have them home, and of course, congratulations to them and to their families as they celebrate.
Yeah.
A lot to be proud of.
A lot to be proud of, and still Bahamas strong. Still Bahamas strong.
All day.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a strong episode of Bahamas at Sunrise coming up for you this morning. Quite a few bit of people in studio today,
Yes,
so it's
we've
going to
got-
be an intense show.
It's going to be an intense show. It's going to be an extended show. I'm going to tell you that right now, but you stick with us. We'll find out more about Older Persons Month on the Bridging the Gap segment. So it's Youth Month. It's also Older Persons Month.
I
And notice
see
we didn't
something
say
beautiful
Old
there.
People Month. Older Persons Month. Got to be very, direct with that. BAIC is also here to talk about the Bahama Arts Festival. I believe it's upcoming a week from now. And the U.S. Embassy, hopefully Chanel is here,
Yeah.
and Penny are here to talk about Education USA College Fair. It happens every year, and it's happening next weekend.
All right, sounds good. Sounds like a very full segment. And speaking of Elderly Persons Month, I'm looking forward to celebrating with the Links tomorrow. They're doing a special
yeah.
that event at Bahama at 6:30,
Is
so
Hezekiah
that they
Walker
can.
coming to that? I think I remember seeing that. Hezekiah Walker.
Yeah, Hezekiah Walker. He's
okay.
coming for that concert, and they're raising funds, of course, for the elderly persons in Grand Bahama.
Yeah.
So that should be a pretty good event. And then we've got some more stuff for the show. Remember, Rab was with us. They were talking to us a couple weeks or months ago about a new program they were doing to give back cash. Well, today they're talking about something else. They've got something called a fall preview, so we're going to be talking with them about that this morning. In addition to that, IRCA is there. Lots of stuff happening with the solar thing.
IRCA's always busy.
Yeah, we just got our solar panels. So I'm really looking forward to this
installed it?
conversation. We did.
Oh, good. Good.
And so I'm really looking forward to learning more about what's happening. I've heard some not so positive comments about the regulations related to this, and so we're going to learn more today.
Yeah,
My
flesh
good
it out.
Zora-
Flesh it out.
My
Stella.
good Zora Mavis is here, so we're going to learn more from her this morning. Always happy when Atlantic Medical is in the house. Their Zest for Wellness program. We'll talk with them about that as well. And the Exuma Business Outlook is coming up, so you want to stay tuned for that. So much more to come with this fun-packed show, informed, engaging show. Before we get to any of that, we're going to take a first look at weather with Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. First in insurance, today, tomorrow.
Thank you, Star, and good morning, Bahamas. In your first look at the weather sunrise, satellite picture shows that we have some clouds across the northwest Bahamas. We do have a stationary front, and that's stalled and should move towards the southeast sometime late tomorrow across New Providence by late Saturday into Sunday. So for the most part, we're looking at a mix of sun and clouds, still hot and humid with a few showers, isolated thunderstorms over the northwest Bahamas, mainly across Grand Bahama, Abaco, and Bimini. Mostly sunny with a chance of a few showers over the central southeastern islands. Your high temperature 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, partly cloudy and warm with a few showers or an isolated thunderstorm over the northwest Bahamas, again in the vicinity of Grand Bahama, Abaco. And then we have a few clouds and warm over the central and southeastern islands. Your low temperature going down to 79 degrees Fahrenheit. And some recent highs and lows across the Caribbean. Barbados 83 and 79. In Jamaica 83 and 73. In Trinidad 85 and 76. And the Turks and Caicos Islands 88 and 78. Across North America, Atlanta 69 and 43. In Raleigh 64 and 43. In Miami 85 and 76. Dallas, Texas 78 and 53. And Toronto, Canada 51 and 42. In the weekend, a mix of sun and clouds. Into Sunday becomes cloudy with some showers and thunderstorms associated with that potential tropical cyclone number 16 as it moves across the Panhandle. Could spread some showers and thunderstorms across the New Providence area over the weekend, particularly on Sunday, late Saturday into Sunday, though temperature daytime will be in the mid-upper 80s at daytime and the mid-70s at nighttime. That puts Rob in your first look at the weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Phil.
Thank you very much, Godfrey. Again, I want to say good morning to Jide Lowe. He's back from vacation. We're going to be working him very hard this morning here on Bahamas at Sunrise. But this next segment is a very special segment on Bridging the Gap. The vision of the Senior Citizens Division of the Department of Social Services is to promote the well-being and uphold the rights of older persons. And of course, this mandate receives extra special attention during the month of October. You've borrowed your month, but hey, young at heart, always. Very pleased to be joined this morning by Lorraine Duvalier. She is the Assistant Director, Senior Citizens Division, and Gwendolyn McDagan, President of the Retired Persons Association and member of the National Council on Older Person. Precious, good morning.
Welcome
to Bahamas at Sunrise. Such a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
I've heard so much
welcome.
about you, even here this morning.
Thank
But
you.
this is older person, and we want to get the terminology right. We're saying older persons month. Of course,
yes.
we're not, senior citizens, elderly. But speak a little bit about the month and what it means.
Well, we have joined with the United Nations in the International Day of the Older Person.
Okay.
And in the Bahamas, we took it a step further. The International Day is October 1st.
Okay.
And we said that's not enough. And so within the Department of Social Services, in conjunction with the National Council on Older Persons, we have designed a month of activities. We've planned a month of activities.
Okay.
And so we're in the middle of the month, and we have endeavored to bring awareness to the challenges that older persons face, and not only that, but to highlight achievements of older persons. This is us for October.
And the Retired Persons Association, this is the first time I'm hearing about it, but tell us a little bit about the association before we talk about some of the activities.
Yes, the Retired Persons Association, we accept members, people who have retired after the age of 60 and up. So we've had members that is almost into 100, and we meet the last Wednesday in every month at St. George's Schoolroom.
Right.
And we have activities which is very, very popular, the Valentine's bus ride and luncheon.
Oh, yes.
Where
Yes,
after we ride around the island, then we go to one of the hotels and we have an amazing lunch for our retired persons.
Okay, excellent.
And then we return back to the schoolroom, and
Is that happening this month as well, or?
Oh yes, every month.
Oh,
Yes.
every month. Okay.
Every month.
Okay.
Except during the summer. We closed during the summer,
Okay.
July and August, and then we opened again in September. And so we go along now until the week before Christmas, because we close then for Christmas as well.
Excellent. Sounds like a very active
It is, yes.
association.
Yes.
There's a term called age equality. What exactly does that mean, and how does it apply, particularly to older persons?
Yeah, well, age equality requires that all persons are treated fairly and equally, regardless of age, appearance, beliefs, or socio-economic background or race.
Why is that so important for persons who are at the retirement age? I mean, we're still talking about age equality.
Well, we hate to be discriminated against
Yeah.
just because you're of your age,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And I think that is very important.
Yeah. And so when we say ageism,
Yes.
is that something
Yeah.
that applies here in the Bahamas as well?
Yes, it's a prejudice or discrimination on the grounds
Okay.
of your age.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Great. And so, how can we kind of change? You're talking about it, but does it exist here in the Bahamas? Do we have some of that prejudice against older
certainly
persons?
Oh my goodness.
We certainly do.
I'm talking about really, really badly.
Okay.
It's institutionalized, hiring practices. If you would notice, persons who are older, as a matter of fact, it's in law. After you attain a certain age, then you are let go.
Right.
In the public sector, the age is higher, but in the private sector, the age is lower. You're not even allowed to turn 60 in some places.
Yes, of course. I have heard that in a certain particular corporation, if you reach the age of 60, you're not even allowed on the job.
Is that unique to the Bahamas? I mean, because it sounds as though you're saying, well, I mean, because growing up,
in other
it's under the
places.
impression that, well, wait a minute, when you reach a particular age, this is what happens. But you're saying that's not that doesn't necessarily have to be the case.
And it brought me to the point where the theme for this month is a journey to age equality.
Okay.
And so the international community is recognizing the significant contribution that older persons can make to the workplace and to the community, and not to be relegated to the fringes after you attain a certain age.
Right.
All you're good for is to do the school runs, care for the grandkids, and do volunteer work.
That is
There
definitely
is
cultural,
a
yeah.
lot that can be done. It's going to mean that we'll have to change legislation.
Is that a push right now? I mean,
That's what we're trying to
Okay.
do.
Yes.
We're trying to do that.
Yeah.
But it's a stereotype here, and we need to do better.
do better. What are some of the other activities?
Well, ageism,
Yeah.
as I would add too, that ageism is perpetuated when we continue to hold views and attitudes and treat the way we treat old persons. We pass these on from generation to generation, and children see this, and they do the same thing over and
Absolutely,
over.
yeah.
You see?
I mean,
Yes,
that's going to be
right.
an uphill battle to
Yes,
change that
yes,
stereotype.
right,
No doubt about it.
yes,
Yes,
No doubt about
but
it.
we can start now.
We start
Right.
now. What are some of the other activities for the month?
Well, the culmination of the month, because we've already had activities, and I'm happy to say that it wasn't just during the month of October, because a lot of persons, when you have theme months, that's the only time you hear about
Right.
them until the
Right.
next year.
Right.
But we've had activities throughout the year. We started at the beginning of the year. As a matter of fact, we want to do it every quarter.
Okay.
And we've had workshops on, healthy living,
Right.
on recognizing elder abuse and whatnot. And so
Press
this month,
conference.
yes,
Yes.
we've had some activities, but it'll culminate with the Nation Builder Award ceremony,
Okay.
and that's where we recognize achievements of older persons.
Okay.
Of course,
Excellent.
next week there will be a symposium
Mhm.
which will be held at the Epworth Hall,
Uh-huh.
Yes.
and this is with regard to caregivers.
Okay, and
so-
persons can get information about
Anyone
Yes.
can
Anyway,
come,
okay,
yes,
anybody
Yes,
can
yes.
the 25th
The
of
twen-
October,
Yeah.
8:30, Epworth Hall.
All right, great.
Yes,
Now,
we're
listen,
partnering, yes.
thank you so much, Lorraine
Yes.
DeValle, Assistant Director, Senior Citizens Division, and Gwendolyn McDagan, such a lovely lady here this morning, President of the Retired Persons Association and member of the National Council on Older Persons. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You're watching
Yes.
Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Good afternoon. First response. How can I help you?
I've been in an accident on West Bay Street. Can you send someone to help?
Yes, ma'am. A first response team will be there in 15 minutes. Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine, but a bit upset.
We're glad you're not hurt. Please, try to relax. Our team will take care of everything as soon as they arrive.
First Response provides immediate on-site service and support from the scene of an accident through the claims and repair process. And it's free to all Bahamas First insured drivers in New Providence, every day for any type of accident. If you drive and want first response on your side, call 32-FIRST or visit bahamasfirst.com for the name of an authorized Bahamas First agent. First response can't prevent an accident from happening,
But it can certainly ease your mind when it happens.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. So this weekend is a great weekend to call all your friends over and binge watch lots of TV with a whole lot of fun because Rev is doing something very special for us. They're offering a free preview weekend where we're going to find out more about what that means this morning. So happy to have my good friend Davriel Burrows in studio. She's the Senior PR Officer at Rev, and she's joined today by Dominique Butler, who's the Social Media Coordinator. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning.
Always
Thank
a pleasure
you.
to have you guys with us.
Yes.
Last time you came, you promised me some money. You said I was going to win some stuff. It didn't happen yet, but you know, we still got months left.
Right.
Oh, so I took out the chance.
Yeah.
That's where it chance. Okay, we can let that ride. But this weekend, you guys, something called a free preview weekend. What is that?
Yeah, so we're so excited. So HBO is launching a new series. It's called Watchmen.
Okay.
And it's clear that they have really high hopes for it because it's going in that Game of Thrones time slot on Sunday evenings.
Okay.
And it's been in the works for a minute. And basically this entire weekend, because they want everyone to see the first, this is a series premiere of Watchmen. They want everybody to see it. They want everybody in an HBO sort of mood. So all of our HBO channels are going to be free. So whether or not you have HBO at home, you're going to be able to enjoy HBO content starting this morning at midnight until Monday at midnight.
Okay. All right. That sounds pretty good. And so all of the HBO channels are available. Y'all know what numbers they are? We have
Not off the time.
Okay.
Right. Stay in the 600 region.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 500 up.
500 up. Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go home, put it on 504 and up, and I'm just going to be living my best life as of midnight this morning.
Yeah, so
like if I
when
was
you
to
go
like
home right now, HBO,
It'll be on.
all access.
So if the
to
people don't see me in the office today,
Right.
perhaps I should not say that I'm watching HBO.
Yes,
Okay.
you're catching up on all of those things that you've been missing.
And so anybody that has a cable subscription can access the preview?
Yeah.
All
Okay.
weekend.
Okay, that's awesome. And so what are some of the fabulous series in addition to this Watchmen thing that's going to be launched that we should be looking out for on HBO?
Sure. Well, I guess in terms of new series, not too much has come out lately, but we have, Insecure, a lot of these stuff would be reruns right now.
Okay.
But there are movies. Spider-Man, Girls Trip, all of those are on. And so those, box office movies that are now coming to TV, all of those are going to be there. So you can get a good laugh and enjoy yourself.
Okay, HBO. I love Insecure, man. I'm not going to tell you any lie.
Yeah, I'm
and
waiting
I
on
was,
the
I
next
feel like
season to
it's been a
come out.
while. Like,
Yeah.
why is Insecure taking so long to come back out again?
She
But
said 2020, I think.
2020?
Yeah,
Okay. I mean,
so-
I'll have to, I did it for Game of Thrones, so I could wait it out for Insecure. So I'll just follow along in the meantime and get caught up over the weekend. And if customers wanted to upgrade to the channels, like after they've had this free experience, because they're not traditionally HBO customers, what do they do?
Sure. Well, they can call one of our sales agents at 601-8992 or email residential sales at cablebahamas.com.
and sign up. And the great thing about HBO, as well as Fox, which Dom is going to talk about, is that if you sign up, you get your 3rd month free. So it's a win-win. This is the best possible time.
The perfect time, actually.
It's October. We getting into November, December. Around December, January, a lot of stuff is be popping off.
Yeah,
so
a lot.
So what's happening with Fox?
So basically, we have our Overwatch show Power, but we here at Rev, we're going to have a big, I guess, mid-season party for it at Waterloo on October 27th.
Okay.
And so it's kind of it's not kind of, it's an exclusive event.
Okay.
But we want our customers to know you sign up, like Dow said, for 3 months, and on your 3rd month you get it free, and also you have the option to come to our exclusive Waterloo party. Food, drinks, everything free.
Okay.
So it's going to be lit.
Okay. I'm going to tell you. The girl is, I'm not a partier, but Waterloo makes me quite excited.
Yeah, and you know, it's
for some times way back when.
They call it the new Lou. The new Lou. Right. So if you came to our Game of Thrones finale party, we're doing something on that level. So if you went there, you know, we ain't coming out 7.
No.
So
anything that Cable does is extremely well done.
Oh yeah, we're going very over the top for this.
Yeah, and you know, my good friend Kelly says she's extra dressed like all of us.
Oh yeah,
and so it's I'm sure it's going to be phenomenal. So people can just get signed up for these additional packages with you guys, and then of course they're entered to, I guess, have an opportunity to come to the exclusive
what'll
party.
happen is on our social media pages, we will launch a link next week, Monday, to let persons know that they can come and sign up. So it'll be RSVP. Once you're a Cable customer, you get to bring a guest. Cable customer with the Fox package.
Right.
So you have all weekend to subscribe to Fox. Up until, I think we're going to close it maybe around Wednesday. But it's limited space. So you should get signed up now. And subscribe to our Facebook page at Rev Cable Bahamas. Turn on notifications so the minute I post that link, you can sign up because the spots are going to go very fast.
Yeah, so I got to testify because I did go to the Game of Thrones party. So phenomenal. And I'm sure that this one is going to be even better because it's Power, right?
It's
at the new Lou.
Yeah,
and just a reminder too, if you're already a Fox Premium subscriber, you're
you're straight.
It's not just for new customers, existing
it's
customers.
for everybody.
Come on down
and
have a good time.
Ladies, thank you so much for coming to share with us this exciting news. Again, I will not say that I'm going to duck work today. I don't want to put that out there.
Oh, you can turn TV at work.
Right.
Or watch Revco play.
Revco play. That's what I was thinking. Maybe
but not in your car.
Not in my car. And not while I'm working. Maybe on my lunch break.
Right.
But yeah, no, ladies, it's been great to know that, of course, HBO is free this weekend. And then if you are a Fox subscriber or you want to subscribe to Fox, you can do that now and enter, of course, to be a part of that exclusive party at the new Lou. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
COB prepared me to be a leader by teaching me to work hard for what I want. I'm the first chief internal auditor at the University of Bahamas. To me, that's an honor to be able to do that. I feel like I'm giving back to a university that gave me a start in my life. I'm Errol Thompson, and this is my UB.
Apply today at www.ub.edu.bs.
Hi, I'm Davriel and welcome to Rev Tips, where we answer your most important Rev service questions. Today's question is, how do I set up a Rev My Account? It's super easy. To create a Rev My Account, simply visit www.cablebahamas.com and click the My Account icon. Next, select the Create Account option. Please have a copy of your latest statement on hand. Enter the information as it appears on the statement to the respective areas on the form. When you've finished, click Create Account to continue with the process. Once you've registered your account, you can use your username and password to check your account balance, view past statements, and pay your bill online. And that's your Rev Tip for this week. Thanks for watching, and be sure to join us next time.
We get up early every morning to offer safe and dependable service. Where quality service is paramount. An excellent travel experience is priority. Connecting the islands of the Bahamas to the world. Bahamas Air. We don't just fly here, we live here.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We have BAIC in the house. For those of you who don't know, the Bahamas Agricultural and Industrial Corporation. Yes. Debbie Strawn, Acting General Manager. I bet you ain't acting in that role. Of course, Martin Albury, Manager Corporate Communications. We are talking the Bahama Arts Festival. It is back, the 16th edition, 2 weeks in counting.
Yes.
2 weeks in counting.
Yes.
It's been a long time since we've kind of had this particular one, but just thinking about it and what it represents, it's a really good thing.
It represents all things Bahamian, and the theme for this year is Bahamian Things.
Bahamian things?
Bahamian things.
Okay, all right.
And it's Bahamian Things.
All right.
And we were excited about it, and we were inviting, encouraging all Bahamians, residents, visitors, to come and participate in the festival.
Okay.
It's November 1st and 2nd at the heritage site, Arawaki.
Okay.
It's going to be an exciting time of all things Bahamian. And we have artisans, we have artists, not only from New Providence, but also from around the Family Islands. And we're doing something special for our artisans out of Grand Bahama as well as Abaco, where we're inviting them to come down because of what they've just gone through. And we are assisting them with getting their boots on that weekend.
All right, for those persons who don't know exactly where the heritage site is, where exactly is that on Arawaki?
Well, it's going to be on the southern side of the popular fish fry on Arawaki. And on November 1st and 2nd, the Bahamas Agricultural and Industrial Corporation will be reintroducing the Bahama Arts Festival. We will begin on November 1st, that's the Friday. Around about 9 o'clock in the morning, we will have our booths, over 60 booths
first thing
opened, along with the food court, and we will have our opening ceremony at 11 o'clock in the morning. Following that, it will be a tour of the booths by the officials who attend, along with the the children coming from the various schools to attend our opening ceremony. And we're going to have lots of entertainment on Friday and Saturday. We will have entertainment by the Royal Bahamas Police Force Band before, during, and after the ceremony, and the day will continue with a DJ filling in the gaps and lots of entertainment throughout Friday and Saturday.
And
so all day long. I mean, hopefully the schools will be passing through as well.
They
is that a part of the
will.
plans?
They definitely will. And BAIC, we see that as an important component of what we do, with including the students, because when you look at Bahamian articles, Bahamian artisans producing, it's also teaching the younger persons so that they understand what is going on in community, what's going on around the country, and they can earn revenue from just working with their hands.
Yeah, no doubt
so
about
we believe it's extremely important to involve the students at all levels.
Expose them to all things Bahamian,
definitely,
right? Is there still opportunity for persons to kind of participate? I mean, get a booth?
There is.
And how do you do
that? The booths are going fast.
They're going fast, I would imagine.
And as I said earlier, we have over 60 booths that are available. So we want those persons who are listening to us this morning to give us a call at BAIC and come on down, fill out your application, and secure your booth.
What's happening on Saturday?
On Saturday, we're going to have a fun-filled day. And one of the major features on Saturday will be the popular pop-up farmers market, featuring Bahamian fresh produce at affordable prices.
Yes, well, it will be from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on the Saturday. And you know at BAIC, we were all about from farm to table, so that Bahamians are eating fresh, and it's good for the family, it's good for the country, so they can involve themselves in that on Saturday.
I think I also saw somewhere where you're obviously going to have a Junkanoo rush hour.
Oh, definitely.
But there's a fashion show.
Definitely.
I mean,
Yes, and that too will be all things Bahamian. And this festival is about letting Bahamians know what you can make, what you can produce right here in the country and earn an excellent income. And Bahamians need to understand that, and that is one thing we want to focus on and bring to the fore during this
So
festival.
person can just come. There's not an admission fee
There's
or
no
free
admission
anything.
fee.
You just come
And then also for those persons who bring the children along, we're going to have an all-day kiddies corner on Friday as well as Saturday. And parents need to understand, you bring your children to the kiddies corner, there is a cutoff time and you have to come and pick up.
Come get your cheering. No doubt about it.
Absolutely.
No doubt about it. Talk about the food, so I can imagine when you're talking about all things Bahamian, that means we can expect
definitely.
Yes,
we are going to have a number of food booths featuring Bahamian delicacies.
Right.
And all things Bahamian. We're not looking for anything from anywhere else.
Yeah. Okay, so
we want Bahamian food and Bahamian beverages.
All right. Yeah. All right. So 2 weeks from now, November 1st and 2nd, Heritage Site, Iraqi.
Yes. Definitely.
Right. Great.
Join us.
Great.
Yes.
All right. Debbie Strawn, good to see you, Acting General Manager,
Thank you
BAIC,
so much.
and Martin Albury,
Yes.
Manager of Corporate Communications.
Okay.
Watching Bahamas at sunrise. The Exuma Outlook is right around the corner. Here's Carrie Albury with more.
The 13th annual Exuma Business Outlook is happening Thursday, October 24th at Sandals Emerald Bay to discuss connecting resources, maximizing opportunities, and transforming Exuma. TCL Group held a press conference to announce the agenda for the conference.
We're really very, very excited about the dynamic lineup of speakers who we have, some of whom are here today. And I'd like to introduce you to Algernon Cargo, who is the Director of Aviation at the Ministry of Tourism and Aviation. We also have as a speaker the Development Bank. And Troy is here today to speak on behalf of his Managing Director, Dave Smith.
Alive, we'll be presenting on the topic of connected lifestyle.
As previously stated, I will be speaking on the topic of the connected lifestyle. And the idea behind the presentation is just to help Exumians and the nation at large just to become a lot more familiar with and aware of the opportunities that are available through business, through digital communications, and living a connected lifestyle. There's conversation about Airbnb. There will be a presenter from Airbnb. That's just one of the avenues that's available to Exumians in trying to create opportunities to create wealth and income.
The Bahamas Development Bank will also be making a presentation at the 13th Annual Exuma Business Outlook.
Well, first of all, John, let me begin by saying congratulations on this 13th iteration of the Exuma Outlook. The Bahamas Development Bank certainly is pleased to be partnering with the councillors in this regard. And of course, you know, this is a part of a broader tapestry of the relationship that we have. And so we're very pleased to be involved. And of course, on behalf of our Managing Director, Mr. Dave Smith, who will be presenting on connecting resources, maximizing opportunities, transforming Exuma. We're so pleased to be a part of it. And to kind of use a segue into what Damaro was talking about in terms of the Airbnb product, certainly that's something that the bank has particular interest in. It falls under the remit of our tourism development sector. So we're very, very pleased that Exuma has now sharpened its focus on the area of tourism and in particular the Airbnb sector. Additionally, as John would have mentioned, the agricultural sector, which is also under the remit in terms of providing development funding for that area. The Development Bank is certainly aware of that and willing and able to do so. In a former life, I had interaction with Mr. Patrick Dwyer, the president of the Exuma Farmers Association, and so it's certainly, I think, very appropriate that we're now going to be meeting in this forum where he's going to be talking about the needs of the farmers on Exuma and how the bank hopefully can provide an avenue to filling those needs, growing that sector in Exuma. So again, we're very delighted and look forward to having a very productive exchange with the Exumians at this Outlook.
The Director of Aviation will talk about the new airport expansion in Exuma.
I'll be talking about Exuma as airport and primarily about the expansion in Exuma of almost a $44 million airport in Exuma. Exuma has always been extremely important to the tourism product of the Bahamas, but is even more important now since Dorian and this significant negative impact on the tourism product in Abaco and Grand Bahama. So as a result, we're going to see more focus on Exuma, and this means that the airport's delivery is even more timely now or important than it has been in the past. So we've done our studies, and we're very, very pleased that the airport's project is on track. And what we're going to unveil in Exuma is the timeline for the construction of this airport. And I can say now that the airport will be ready for business by 2020. And it's our objective to ensure that this 50,000+ square foot airport is ready and in Exuma, and that we can take advantage of the opportunities that exist in Exuma post-Dorian, because Abaco has always been one of our busiest airports in the Bahamas. And with the tourism product in Abaco significantly impacted as a result of Dorian, we obviously have to look at other islands off the Bahamas to ensure that we continue to promote the tourism product of the Bahamas. And so we're going to see an even sharper focus on Exuma by the Ministry of Tourism, but specifically the rebuilding of that airport in Exuma is key. And I will speak about those plans and the impact of that airport in terms of not only the tourism project, but how we can always also use Exuma as a mini hub in terms of the impact and I guess the extension to this more southern island from Exuma. So we're very happy about this airport, and I'll also talk about the other airports that we're expanding in the Bahamas. We have an airport, a very similar airport that will be built in North Eleuthero, which is another significant airport in terms of the tourism product. And what we're going to do at the LTIA, or the Marsh Harbour Airport, and that airport obviously has to be reopened. We have instructions from the Prime Minister to have that airport opened by next week. So our focus is on reopening that airport. And I'll talk also about an exciting product that we're delivering to Deadman's Key, a $15 million airport in Exuma. So the government is investing a significant amount of capital in the building of airports, and certainly this will complement the tourism product throughout the Bahamas. And Exuma, of course, has always been at the forefront of our plans, and we are well on the way in ensuring that we deliver this airport to Exuma by 2020.
Other speakers include Father Ethan Ferguson, Pedro Roll, John Roll, Tammy Francis, Chloe Burke, and Piran Sims. Register today for the 13th Annual Exuma Business Outlook at tclevents.com, or contact the Ministry of Tourism office in Exuma at 336-2430 or 2431. Reporting for Bahamas at Sunrise, I'm Kari Albury.
Wait, that's Omar Little from The Wire. You think everyone is Omar from The Wire?
Wow, it's really nice to meet a fan.
It's like he's right here. I telling you he's being all type shows and stuff?
And you know, Rev Go Play plays a lot of good movies and TV shows.
Excuse me, can't you see we're watching something else? Rude.
Settle all your pop culture disputes with Rev Go Play. Watch, record, and stream all your favorite shows wherever you are. Free for all Rev TV subscribers. Rev, you and us together.
So who really own the Nassau Container Port?
Boss, that's easy. The government.
I do.
I do. Thank you. I do.
I do. And one day, he will too.
I do. Knock knock.
Here at the Nassau Container Port, we've diversified our ownership to give hardworking Bahamians a piece of the economic pie. And we'll continue to grow so that we can give you a consistent return on your investment. That's our promise.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're at the halfway point. We had a very lively and provocative discussion off camera, and that's why Phil is still laughing.
Yeah, because then they say, live. Listen, never a dull moment here in Bahamas at Sunrise. There's so much to talk about all the time, but you know what? It's always good stuff. It's always positive stuff because we all have the same desire
and love for our nation, and the desire to see it grow and flourish and be the very best nation it can be.
I mean, different highways at times, but hopefully at the end, it's like fingers on a hand, right? But hopefully at the end of the day, we're going up the same iron straight to our hearts.
Oh, I see what he did.
Gotta love it. You saw what I did?
I saw what you did there. You're so cute. Okay. All right, guys, we have more to come in the second half of the show, and it is a busy one. So while I would love to continue to banter with Phil, I want to remind you of what's coming up. We're still going to be talking with Education USA.
Yeah, that's right.
And IRCA as well.
IRCA as well. And Zest. The guys are here, man. Listen, ladies, just another treat for you here on Bahamas at Sunrise.
Indeed. And now the treat that we always look forward to. Here's Godfrey Burnside with our second look at weather.
Weather at Sunrise. Brought to you by Bahamas First. First in insurance. Today, tomorrow.
Thank you, Star, and good morning, Bahamas. Yes, I can look at the weather. Sunrise, take a walk around the tropics. We have a system that we're watching, and that's potential tropical cyclone number 16. It's now located in the southwestern Gulf of Mexico, moving towards the northeast, and over the next 5 days has a 9% chance of development. If it develops over the weekend, it should be Nestor. Elsewhere, tropical storm formation expected during the next 5 days. On the local scene, stationary front across Grand Bahama, Abaco, Baby this morning, trigger off a couple of showers in that particular area. Oh, the southeastern has a beautiful weekend in store weather-wise. In your marine forecast, those winds today southeast to south at 10 knots or less, seas 2 to 4 feet. Those winds falling light and variable at times. Over the central and southeastern islands, those winds are east to southeast at 10 knots or less, seas less than 3 feet. On Saturday, they continue southeast to south at 15 to 20 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet, so you have a caution in place. And the central and southeast islands continue east to southeast, a little stronger, 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet. On Sunday, they continue southeast to south at 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet. The northwest Bahamas and east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet over the central and southeastern islands. Yeah, tides. You can expect a high tide at 10:21 this morning. Next low tide will be at 4:51 this afternoon. High gain tonight at 10:40. Sunset at 6:38 this evening. Rises more at 7:10. UV index 9. Your water temperature 82 degrees Fahrenheit. And your moon phase now moving towards the last quarter. External look, mix of sun and clouds through Saturday, but increasing cloudiness and some cloudiness over the islands, particularly northwest Bahamas. On Sunday, some showers, even possible thunderstorms as a result of potential tropical cyclone number 16. And so some cloudiness and showers on Monday. Also, as I move towards the northeast, the rest of the week looks pretty good. And those temperatures daytime will be in the mid to upper 80s at daytime and the mid-70s at nighttime. That puts you up in your final look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Star.
Thank you, Godfrey. Well, Daniel Durazo, who's the Public Affairs Officer for the U.S. Embassy, is here this morning along with Chanel Claire. She's the Education Cultural Specialist at the U.S. Embassy to talk about the 5th Annual Education USA Bahamas Fall College Fair, which is scheduled for next weekend at the Malia Nassau Beach Resort. We're going to learn more about this college fair and what it means for you and your students right now. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having us.
A pleasure to have both of you with us this morning as we learn about this. This has been going on for some time now. How many years is this since you've been doing the fair?
This is the 5th year,
okay.
And Chanel has been the mastermind behind the previous events.
Yeah, how has that been going, Chanel?
So it's been going really well, and we saw a steady progression. So we started off a few years ago with having about, say, 15 to 20 colleges, and we've grown to steadily having 40 plus colleges come down for the fair. So it's really been a tremendous success. And
congratulations!
Yeah,
I think that's awesome to see it grow from something like that to turning into what it is, and then of course what it can be as it continues to grow. So who are some of the colleges that will be participating next weekend?
We have a wide variety of colleges from different parts of the United States, from small colleges, liberal arts colleges, where you can get a little bit of more one-on-one kind of FaceTime with professors and that sort of thing, to large colleges that have tens of thousands of students, huge student bodies, a variety of programs. So really there's something for everybody. And from across the United States as well. The East Coast, the Midwest, the West Coast, anywhere that you're interested in the U.S., the college fair will have something for you.
That's awesome. And then why did you guys start the fair to begin with? What was the goal in mind, and what is the goal that you go in with each time you do it year after year?
The biggest goal, I would say, is to continue to strengthen the relationship between the Bahamas and the United States. I mean, there's nothing that strengthens the ties between two countries more than when young people exchange between the two countries, and students coming to the U.S. to study is one of those things.
Yeah.
And we're really excited to have more Bahamians coming to the U.S. to study. We know that the Bahamas is an incredibly important, strong partner of the United States, and creating those relationships, creating those ties, and offering those opportunities to Bahamian students is a big part of making that happen.
Yeah, I studied in the United States. I went to the
you
University
did?
of Miami.
So you're one of our alumni then.
I am.
Excellent.
And every time I go back to Miami, I feel like I'm going back home. And so I get that connection that happens when you do study in the U.S. And there are breakout sessions that happen at this fair as well. So
Yes,
it's not
indeed.
just that you're going to be going to talk to school, but there's actual breakout sessions. What information will be given in those breakout sessions?
Well, with those breakout sessions, it will focus on our Education USA 5 Steps to Study. And those 5 steps to study really carry students through the whole process of preparing to study in the United States. So these will focus on completing your application. You know, now a lot of institutions use a common app, some don't. And so it's really just, you know, how do I go about applying for it? We'll also have sessions on our student visa process, and then representatives from the U.S. Embassy Consular section will be doing those. And so that'll be an opportunity to get first-hand information and to really ask those questions that a lot of students just struggle with sometimes in terms of filling out the visa application. And then we'll have a session on 2+2 programs. So talking about the 2+2 model is really been taking up a lot of steam as of lately, because it's really a cost-effective way for students to study in the United States, going to a community college first to get your associate's degree.
The first 2 years.
The first 2 years, and then going on to a larger institution to complete your bachelor's degree.
Okay.
And it's really been helping a lot of students who, because, you know, this college is expensive.
It is.
And so the community colleges offer the same value of education for a smaller fraction of the price.
Right.
And so it's just helping students to achieve the same goals in a different way.
Yeah.
So these sessions will be focusing on these things each day at the fair.
Okay, that's really cool. And that 2+2 model is actually pretty dynamic.
Yeah.
And it's really helpful because a lot of the smaller community colleges are connected to larger institutions.
Exactly.
And so the transfer process is actually pretty simple.
It's
so I
pretty
love
seamless,
that.
yeah, and it's really a powerful option for people who are looking to reduce the cost of their college education a little bit. And the important thing to remember too is no matter what 2+2 program you use, at the end of those 4 years, once you transfer into a larger institution, you'll get the same diploma, the same degree as someone who spent all 4 years at the four-year institution. And more often than not, you'll get the same quality education, you'll get the same kind of connections, the same kind of networking, you'll be able to forge the same kind of relationships and have the same kind of experiences as you would have if you had spent almost twice as much at the full four-year program.
Institution. That's
so
awesome.
It makes a big difference.
That is so cool. So how do persons register, and is it that they would pick particular sessions that are best for them, or are they able to attend all of the sessions? Like, how does that actual process work, and how can they get registered for it?
So first of all, to register, you can just visit our Facebook page at U.S. Embassy Nassau, and there's a link we'll be posting today as well as the rest of next week, reminding people to and encouraging people to register, so you'll see the link there.
Okay.
And in terms of how you register, how that works, we have different time slots for each day, so that each group of students has the full opportunity to interact with as many schools as they like, and they can register for individual sessions as well.
Yes. Okay. Now, students at these college fairs, you're obviously meeting an admissions rep, which is actually a really great chance to learn more about the process, maybe do like an on-the-spot interview.
Correct.
What sorts of questions should they be asking those reps as they kind of stand in front of them so that they're prepared?
I'm really glad that you asked that, because that's one of the things that we get asked a lot is how do we prepare for the fair, what do we bring, and the biggest thing that they can bring is their questions. And in terms of what kind of questions to ask, it really can run the gamut. Whatever it is that matters to the students in terms of making their choice for a university, some of the things that I was mentioning earlier are some of those factors. Is it a large school? Is it a small school? How large are the classrooms? What are the kinds of programs that they have available? Do they have student work programs where they can work part-time while they're studying either as a TA or doing something else in the school? What kind of internship opportunities do they have? What are some of the statistics in terms of graduation? After graduating, what kind of jobs people tend to get coming out of those schools? All of those questions should influence people's decisions, and those are the kinds of questions that we want people to start thinking about, because like you said, this is their opportunity to ask those questions one-on-one with these reps, and we really want them to take advantage of that.
This is really cool, and congratulations again on 5 years. Is there a cost associated with the fair?
No, it's free.
It's free?
Yay!
It's free. All of the resources of Education USA Bahamas are free of charge.
Yeah.
And so this is really exciting for us, because it's really a chance for the public to really fully utilize and to really learn about the advantages of the U.S. education system, and to talk about what Daniel was just talking about before in terms of, just really in terms of your questions. It really requires some research as well.
Okay.
So we'll be posting today the list of colleges and universities that we'll be attending.
Okay.
And so students really should go on our Facebook page, get the information, and start to look up some of these schools to see, do they have the program that I offer, that I would like to study, or perhaps I'm undecided. So do you have something that caters toward me being an undecided student, and to help me figure out exactly how do I go about, picking a career.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it sounds like an awesome opportunity, and so we want to invite all of you, of course, to attend the fair. It is next weekend.
Yes, it is.
And of course, you can find more information on the Facebook page. Thank you guys so much for coming this
Thank you
morning.
so much
on
for
Bahamas
having
at
us.
Sunrise.
Really appreciate it.
Good seeing you, Daniel. And Chanel, always a pleasure. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We've got the Alive Weekend calendar for you now.
Good morning, Sunrise. This is your boy Sovereign with your live weekend calendar. The 24th Annual International Cultural Wine and Food Festival, Saturday, October 19th and Sunday, October 20th, Botanical Gardens, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Concepts presents One Blood, Benefit Edition, Old School Reggae Party, featuring music by Selecta Thai and Selecta 3D. Saturday, October 19th, Senior Frogs and Never Say Never Again, 9 p.m. until. Donation $25, one drink included. Proceeds to NPCC Darton Relief and Rotary Bahamas. Join Bishop James and Elder Queenie Nuri during their Mental Health Forum and Stronghold Breakthrough Deliverance Service. Speakers include Dr. Helen Roll and Apostle David Butler. Wednesday, October 23rd, Calvary Deliverance Church, 511 East Street South, 7 p.m. TCL Group presents the 13th Annual Exoma Business Outlook. Speakers include John Roll, Aldrin Cargill, Dave Smith, Tommy Francis, Teron Sims, Delmaro Duncombe, Chloe Burke, and more. Thursday, October 24th, Sandals Emerald Bay Resort, Exuma. Registration, 8:30 a.m. That's your live weekend calendar. To have your event posted on the calendar, please don't hesitate to email kalbury@tclbahamas.com. Alive, believe in best.
Back to Bahamas at Sunrise. The Utilities Regulation and Competition Authority, better known as ERCA, recently released guidelines for the approval of renewable energy self-generation. Back here on Bahamas at Sunrise is my good cousin. Sarah calls her Star calls her good Sarah. Sarah. I could never get these three things right, Jelly. But this is my good cousin. Mavis Johnson Colley, Corporate and Consumer Relations Manager of ERCA, and Jonathan Mark Husband, better known as just Mark, right? And of course, he's the Regulatory Manager at Technical Division at ERCA. Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you, Phil.
You guys are busy. You're busy. Obviously, energy is just, I know that's just one division of ERCA, but obviously it remains a hot topic, no pun intended. I'm not trying to throw any shade at anybody's direction. But obviously this remains at the forefront of some of the things that you do there at ERCA. Yeah, so speak a little bit to the scope of these new guidelines.
Well, basically, ERCA has been busy putting in place this renewable energy program.
Okay.
We released the SSRG program some time ago, small scale renewable energy. Now we have taken it up a notch where we're dealing with systems that are a little larger and pertain to small businesses, and government agencies.
Okay.
And so the RESG program or project, which is Renewable Energy Self-Generation project, pertains to businesses and government agencies with a capacity of up to 1 megawatt in terms of energy generation.
Okay.
And what we've released recently are the guidelines for the RESG program in a consultation document.
Okay.
And we want the viewership, the general public, to really have an appreciation for what IRCA is trying to achieve with this program, and to give us some feedback. And of course, Mark is one of the technical giants behind that program.
But persons can do this now, or is this conversation towards being able to do this?
Conversation towards being able to do it.
So
This is the
persons can do
guidelines.
the
So Mark will give
small-scale
us
renewable
more.
generation now, which is geared towards residential and small commercial, from system sizes up to 0 to 100 kW.
Okay.
The renewable energy self-generation program, as Mavis said, expands that.
Okay.
The focus is on larger commercial and government entities, and it spans from that 100 kW up to 1 megawatt.
Okay.
And speaking about it from a technical point of view, it's obviously renewable energy. It has to be a renewable energy source. And for our country, that typically means solar generation. And these systems can be on-grid, that's grid-tied to BPL, or they can be off-grid, which is something new. They can be disconnected from BPL.
Okay. So what would have been the difference between the two phases? I mean, obviously up to 150.
100.
100 kW versus now going all the way up to 1 meg.
Right, so the primary difference is the SSRG is geared towards residential and small commercial. The renewable energy self-generation is geared towards the larger commercial and government.
Okay.
Now, just so I know our time is very limited, and so we want to really get to what persons have been asking about, and that is, with this project, what is the compensation scheme like? What is the financial arrangement? Why should I register with IRCA and not just do my own thing? And the proposal includes what we call a buy all, sell all scheme.
Okay.
And so we want Mark to really explain that so that persons have an appreciation for, the benefits.
Yeah. Meaning that you can generate this power for the grid.
You can generate power for the grid, and you
can
sell that power back to the grid.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's for a grid-tied system, obviously you're connected to BPL, and you have an opportunity the power you generate will be sold to BPL, and the power you consume will be purchased from BPL. So if you look at the graphic on your screen, under the current circumstances, if you didn't have a system, you would be in the blue section there, where everything you consume, you're purchasing from BPL. So if you were to install a renewable energy system under the RESG program, that blue would remain. Everything you consume, including what you generate from your RESG system, you would pay BPL for. So that blue would remain.
Okay.
The difference is the green. So the green is what you're generating, the energy you're generating with your RESG system. BPL will pay you for that. So that revenue is represented by that green bar there.
Okay.
And the yellow is the difference in how much you are paying BPL for everything you consume versus how much BPL is paying you for what you generate. Now the second portion of the RESG is the self-generation portion. That means that the energy you're producing, you can supply to yourself. So if persons are concerned, say, about power quality or the availability of energy, this is an additional benefit other than the financial benefit. They are essentially being their own generation providers.
Do you have to be connected? I mean, I don't know, there's a law that you have to be connected to the power provider, if you're part of this program, or, I mean, obviously you have to be connected to the power provider, but is there an opportunity just to have standalone systems off-grid completely?
So
in extreme circumstances.
So under this new framework, what's being proposed in this consultation document that Mavis spoke about is you would be allowed to not be connected. You can be completely off the grid and not have a BPL connection. But in that case, you're on your own.
Right.
You have to provide your own power.
Under certain situations,
yes,
conditions.
So is that something that has to be approved by IRCA or by BPL?
So these systems will be approved by IRCA. As per the legislation, IRCA has the remit to approve these.
Okay,
RSG
so it's
systems.
an application process. If somebody's interested in participating in this, you go online, you complete an application, and you wait for approval.
Once this consultation is over, because remember that what we are proposing are the guidelines to govern the RESG program. And so what we are looking for is feedback from persons who would hopefully read the guidelines, which is currently uploaded on our website, www.ircabahamas.bs. We invite persons to go pull it down, have a look at the guidelines, and then let us know what you think. Are we looking at the most appropriate compensation scheme for the program? Is the application process, approval process, one that is easy? These are the kinds of things we want persons to go. There's a deadline. So we want you to submit your feedback as soon as you can. We will take all of this feedback into consideration.
Who do you anticipate will be persons or companies that most likely to participate in something like this? That's the first question. And the second follow-up is, obviously with the challenges we've had with electricity, I mean, this could actually assist in terms of the availability of supply to the network.
Yeah, it's an opportunity. So to answer your first question first, it's geared towards the larger commercial consumer and government entities.
Yeah, some of whom have been asking about this for a
they
very
have
long
been,
time.
and now this is an opportunity for them to do it, and that's why we're encouraging them to respond by the deadline, which is October the 28th, to provide their feedback. It's an opportunity now. It is another opportunity, like I say, for energy independence. If persons are complaining about the quality and reliability of power, it's an opportunity for them to take matters into their own hands to a certain extent, either fully by coming off the grid or partially by maintaining that grid connection.
And Phil, as we talk about that, we want to also remind persons in Exuma, and I'm switching a little bit because I know that you're out of time, but we want to remind persons in Exuma that they can come and find a little bit more about this program. On Monday, we'll be at
another pop-up.
We'll be at another pop-up office at the Exuma Foundation Resource Center in Hoopers Bay from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Any questions about the RESG program, SSRG program, anything to do with even the other sector that we regulate, telecommunications, electronic communications. We will have senior management in place on Monday coming, the 21st of October, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Come and visit us at the Resource Center at Hoopers Bay.
Exuma. And finally, of course, all of this application information included is on your website.
It's on our website. You can contact us 393-0234. You can go to our Facebook page. We'll be more than happy to entertain your questions and to receive your feedback. We want written feedback, but we'll take it anywhere we get it.
All right, and that's by the 28th of this month. Listen, Mavis, thank you so much. Corporate and Consumer Relations Manager, also my good cousin. Mark Hudson, Regulatory Manager, Technical Division, IRCA. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. Very good stuff.
Thank
Very good stuff.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
This is Eddie, and Eddie's a change counter. This is Sean. Sean doesn't have to count change because when Sean purchases a plan with Alive, it's VAT inclusive. Keep things simple, just like Alive's all-new VAT-inclusive prepaid plans with more talk, more text, and even more data. So don't be an Eddie. Freedom simplified. Alive. Believe in best.
One thing, two things, new thing, old things, things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right, and in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
How are we making Rev work wonders for you? We are doing it together. You told us what you want, and we've heard you. Want faster broadband? How about speeds up to 1 gigabit per second? Want shorter house calls? 2 hours max. We promise. Want to take your entertainment anywhere? Well, your Rev Go Play app is here. Rev, we've heard you. You speak, we listen. Rev, you and us together.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Well, the gentleman I have in front of me will certainly give you a zest for life just in talking with them. Special shout out to Miss Brenda, who was especially happy to have them in studio this morning. We've got Donovan Ingram. He's the wellness coordinator at Atlantic Medical Insurance, and Naval Miller, assistant wellness coordinator at Atlantic Medical Insurance. You know them very well. They're with us monthly, and they're always talking about how you can get that zest for life by working out. Gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning, and thank you for having us.
Always a pleasure to have you guys with us. This, of course, has been an interesting month in October. Lots of things happening, but a great focus, of course, on breast cancer, which we're well aware of, and then mental health awareness, which is also an important conversation that we've been having. What has Atlantic Medical kind of been doing in this vein surrounding these issues this month?
So, you know, for Atlantic Medical and Zest Wellness, we think of October as the give back love type of month. You know, our country's going through a lot. You know, we've just come off the cusp of a hurricane that's destroyed many of our islands. We've also experienced breast cancer for so many families, you know, families affected, individuals who've been affected, people around those individuals being affected. And then the phenomenon of mental health, you know, the movie The Joker just came out, and it speaks volumes in terms of the drasticness when it comes to mental health. And there are persons suffering and dealing with it on their own and not allowing some ways of allowing an outlet for themselves. So for this month of October, in the focus of mental health and breast cancer, we're actually going to introduce Wellness in the Park again. And this quarter, we're happy to have Baha Yogi assist us with our Wellness in the Park event this quarter. It's going to be an exciting event. It's scheduled for the 31st of October at Goodman's Bay at 6 p.m. So we encourage every person who wants to feel some love, come on out and feel that love with us.
All right, awesome. And Naval, I hear like you are Mr. Yoga himself.
Yes. So just piggybacking up what Donovan mentioned, we have the Wellness in the Park event with Baha Yogi on the 31st, Government's Bay at 6 a.m. sharp. We encourage all our Atlantic Medical clients to come out and bring a friend or family with you as well. But not only that, we have the Fit Happens class is back. It's back in Freeport. We want to bring some form of normality back to those Grand Bahamians there. And it's on Mondays and Wednesdays at 6 p.m. and on Saturdays at 7 a.m. So all my Grand Bahamians, we encourage you guys to get back into the gym, get back into fitness, create some form of normality back in your lifestyle, right? Also, we would like to promote our Zest Wellness drop-in fitness classes. We have partnered with Evolve Functional Fitness and Empire Fitness Center. And our Atlantic Medical Insured members are eligible to attend at least one fitness class per week for the duration of 4 weeks as well.
That's awesome, man.
The beauty in the drop-in session in Nassau, it allows those individuals to go on the schedule of events for Evolve and Empire, determine which fitness class they want to go to at which time, and just simply show up. You know, at no cost, Atlantic Medical is paying for those sessions for them. It gives them an opportunity to get into fitness. It gives them some exposure to the fitness facility, understand which facility they like, but then also create a routine for those individuals.
Yeah, and that's important. Evolve in particular, I've been kind of following online, and that's the thing about fitness now, right? There's just such a wide range of options to get the body moving and to start something. And so, you know, whether it was like the Mommy and Me class, and so you could take the baby and work out with the baby, or swimming, or dancing. And so there's all these ways that you can get the body moving and started getting into a routine.
Yeah, similar to our conversation just a moment ago, you know, you just got to find something that you like. And a lot of times what makes persons unable to commit to a fitness opportunity or some fitness event or fitness style is because they're not particularly interested in that style of workout. So for me, I know particularly tennis is my biggest thing. You know, everyone knows that. But for me, I love tennis. It makes me feel like I've mentally cleared my mind. It makes me feel energized. It makes me feel like I'm conquering the world in a sense. And for those, you have to find a passion for fitness in that same result, you know, and unless you find something you're passionate about, something you're interested in like yoga or running. For Naval, it's a lot of running, and but you just got to find that passion within it, you know, and then you'll stick to it. You'll find the results in the end.
Yeah, so that's really cool. So of course, Atlantic Medical clientele have this opportunity to do the drop-in fitness classes, go back to the fit classes in Grand Bahama. Will the yoga in the park be open to all people or just Atlantic Medical clientele?
Well, what we're doing is we've opened it up to our insured population, but we're allowing all of our insured population to at least bring a friend. So it is a general advisory for everyone to come out. We want as many people to come out and enjoy it. Primarily, of course, we do want to encourage our Atlantic Medical insured members to be there because this is an opportunity for them, particularly, you know, but everyone's invited as well.
And Baha Yogi is a big deal, right? For those that may not know, and so I'm just letting those watching that may not know or may not be familiar with her through Instagram, that she really is world class and has been seen around the world doing these sorts of courses. She's Bahamian, and yet she's really expanded her brand, and so it really is an excellent opportunity to learn from her. What about if you're like me? You like the thought of yoga, you think it might be good, but you just have never done it, and you might be a bit shy about coming out. Should you still try to make it out to the event?
Sure, I'll encourage everybody to come out to the event. I'm a football fan. I'm sitting next to Roger Federer here himself.
Yes.
But nonetheless, I'll tell you the truth. Yoga actually improves your flexibility, muscle strength, and also improve your cognitive skills as well too. So for me, I like football. You know, they think of football fans being macho guys, but trust me, I'm a yogi at heart.
And don't be discouraged by it because it's for all ages, it's for all fitness levels. And in one particular yoga class, no matter which yoga class it is, there are going to be different levels of experts in the class. So there'll be those who are the expert yogi, whereas there's the ones that's a beginner, and everyone's going to benefit from it. It's all about getting a full release of stretching in the muscles, but then also clearing the mind completely as well.
All right. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Always a pleasure to have you with us. I always get the zest, right? That's what the program is all about at the end of our conversations. And I hope that you've inspired someone out there to take advantage of the many opportunities through the Atlantic Medical Insurance with you guys, and to just start moving, start eating a little bit better each time. So thank you.
Thank you.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. Remember, you can go to Wellness in the Park at Goodman Space, 6 p.m. on the 31st. Baha Yogi will be there, and of course, these handsome gentlemen as well, Miss Brenda. We'll be back with more after this commercial break.
How are we making Rev work wonders for you? We are doing it together. You told us what you want, and we've heard you. Want faster broadband? How about speeds up to 1 gigabit per second? Want shorter house calls? 2 hours max. We promise. Want to take your entertainment anywhere? Well, your Rev Go Play app is here. Rev, we've heard you. You speak, we listen. Rev, you and us together.
Well, that's going to do it for this edition here on Bahamas at Sunrise. We trust you have a wonderful, safe weekend. Did Godfrey say it's going to be wet?
No, he said it, well, in the northern Bahamas, there will be a little wet, and here in Nassau, we'll get 1 or 2 showers on Sunday. But overall, make it a safe weekend, and we'll be back with more on Monday. Bye.
Yeah. So the Food Fest is this weekend, right?